Hey kids, it's me, Miss Kelly from Gardner Federal Credit Union. I'm here to give you another lesson today, and today we're going to talk about the economy. What is the economy? I don't know that word. Do you know that word? You may hear it when you're stuck in the room and the parents have the news on and they say, oh, the economy's bad. We need to boost the economy. We need more jobs. Or they'll say, the economy's doing great. People are spending money and everybody's happy. That's how the economy works. It's either great because people are spending money, earning money, spending money, making things even better, or it's bad because they're not earning enough money, there's not enough jobs, and therefore they can't buy everything that they need. So let's try and do an easy explanation of how it works and how one person affects everybody else. How what you do and what I do when we go shopping affects everybody else and helps pay for their jobs, okay? So lots of times when you go shopping these days, you'll see your parents, guardians, whoever you're shopping with, using plastic cards instead of actual money. There are two different kinds of plastic cards, okay? There's the debit card, which means that it takes money out of an account where it already is. So you are actually spending your own money without holding it in your hand. It's almost like having your piggy bank with you when you go shopping, because that money comes right out of it. Just like that when you spend it. The other one looks a lot like it. They're about the same, and it is called a credit card. And a credit card is actually like borrowing somebody else's money to pay for what you're buying, and then you have to pay it back with a little extra money called interest. And that's how they make their money. When you borrow money by using a credit card, you have to pay it back plus some interest. Whether you're using debit cards, credit cards, or good old-fashioned cash, money makes the world go round. It really does. Without it, where would we be? So, how do people get money? I'll tell you how I get it. I have a job. What I'm doing now here, doing financial education, that's part of my job, one of my favorite parts of my job. I also go out and do community outreach, volunteering, I do advertising, I do the website, yada, 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 yada. For all of this, I get paid every week, okay? So I use that money to buy and pay for the things I need, like my house, like my clothes, like my food, all these things. And if I'm lucky and things are going well, I have some extra money at the end that I can then use to buy things that I want. Wants versus needs. We've already had that lesson, but let's move on. So let's talk about how one person affects the economy for other people. Let's start with somebody you all have in your lives right now. That would be a teacher, okay? Here's a teacher teaching her class. That's her job. So just like I get paid to do my job, she gets paid to do her job. And just like I buy things that I need and then things that I want, she does the same. So let's say after she teaches school, she has to go to the market and buy some things for her family, things for them to eat. So she fills her basket with these things. I see fruit and vegetables, I see milk, and even some bread. So she went to the market. She took money that she had and she paid for all these things. Big deal. No, it is a big deal, because where does her money go from there? Okay? It goes to pay for this lady, the cashier, to help cash her out. It goes to pay for the building that the market is in. And of course, it goes to pay for all of these. But where'd these come from? Let's see. Where do you get fruits and vegetables? They're grown on farms. So here we have a farmer who's grown lots of fruits and vegetables, and he sends them to the market. So when your teacher bought those things at the market, her money not only helped pay the cashier, but also helped pay the farmer so that he could pay for the things that he needs, like his house and his farm. In a bad economy, he probably isn't growing as much fruit and vegetables because people just can't afford to buy a lot of stuff. But in a good economy, they can. So he now finds that he needs to grow more fruits and vegetables. It's a good economy. He needs to provide more of those things for people to buy. So then maybe he needs to buy himself a brand new tractor. Because with the tractor, he can plant more fruits and vegetables and grow more and help feed more people and help boost the economy. Now, there was also milk in that basket. Milk also comes from farms, but two different kinds of farmers. This is a dairy farmer. He has cows. They milk the cows, and then the milk gets processed, gets put in those bottles and jugs and those cartons that we see and that we buy at the store or that we get at school to drink. So everything comes from somewhere and everything has to be paid for. So again, your teacher's money that she spent at the market helped pay for this man to milk his cows, help pay for the feed that the cows need. And now in a good economy, he needs to make more milk. Okay, he needs to get more milk. So he decides he wants to get even more cows. Well, that means that he needs a bigger barn. Now, barns are very expensive. It's like building a house. It's a lot of money. And for something like that, most of us don't just have the money sitting there. So we borrow it. We get a loan from our credit union or our bank. It's called a mortgage. And that's what you do. You borrow the money from the credit union. And then when you're paying it back, just like when you use a credit card, you pay back the loan money plus some extra. Okay, and that goes into the bank of the credit union and helps give interest on people's savings. It's kind of hard to explain. Maybe we'll do that in another lesson. But basically, when you borrow, you give more money back than you took. And when you save, you get more money back to yourself than what you put in. So when he went to the credit union, okay, this is the loan officer, and she accepted his loan application, and she's lending him the money he needs so that he can do that. But this is her job. She gets paid to do this job. Okay? What does she do with her money? Well, maybe she has a big loan for her house. Like I said, barns, houses, those things are very expensive. They're things that most people cannot afford to just buy outright. They actually need to borrow the money and then pay it back. So here she is. She has a job. So she's not at home with the kids all day, okay, or the dog. So she puts everybody in her minivan. She takes them all to doggy daycare and kid daycare. On her way there, she goes, oh no, I need to buy some gas. She stops at the gas station. The money she spends at the gas station gets the fuel put in her car. But it also helps the people who own the gas station pay for their building and pay for all of this. And helps them pay the cashier inside their store. Every dollar spent affects more and more people, affects more and more jobs. And that's how the economy works. So she dropped her dog off at doggy daycare. And she dropped the kids off at regular daycare. And they're having a blast with their daycare lady. She's fabulous. They're learning, they're having fun, they're singing songs. Daycare's awesome, right? At the end of the day, after you go back home with the parents again, the daycare lady takes money she earned on her job, and where does she go? Back to the market. See, it's all one big circle. All the money that we earn gets used for things that we need or we want and helps pay for other people to get what they need and what they want. That's how the economy works. I earn money, I spend money, and the money I spend helps keep the lights on at the market, helps the farmer with the cows get a new barn. It helps everybody. That's how the economy works. Everything we do affects everybody else somewhere down the line. And money makes the world go round.